Hey, you ever feel like you're working hard but not really getting anywhere? Like you're just stuck in this cycle of doing the same things day after day, and nothing changes. Or maybe you're chasing success, but it seems to be just out of reach. Well, I've been there too. And today, we're gonna talk about something that might be the root cause of all of this feeling lost, and that's having no goal. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Oh, I have plenty of goals, I just haven't achieved them yet. But here's the thing, having a goal means more than just wishing or hoping for something. It means actually taking the time to sit down and figure out what you want and why you want it. And if you don't take the time to do that, you're not gonna be able to achieve it. Why? Well, because when you don't have a goal, you're essentially just wandering around with no direction. You're busy, sure, but you're not really making any progress towards anything. And that can lead to all sorts of problems down the road. So today, we're gonna talk about 8 steps you lost because you have no goal and how to fix it. So let's dive into it. Step number 1, no direction equals no progress. If you don't have a goal, then you're basically just floating through life. You don't really know what you want, so you end up just doing whatever everyone else wants. You go to school because everyone tells you to, then you get a job because you're retold to get a degree, so you can find a good job. And then you work at that job because you need the money to pay the bills, and so on and so forth. But that's not really living. That's just existing, and it's not fulfilling. You're not really living on your own terms. You're just doing what's expected of you. And that's not how you get what you want out of life. So set a goal, figure out what you want, and then move towards that. Don't just float through life, make a plan, and stick to it. Step 2, goals give purpose. If you don't have a goal, you don't really have a purpose. You're just going through the motions, and that can be really draining. But when you set a goal, you give yourself something to strive for. It gives you a reason to get out of bed in the morning. It gives you a reason to keep going even when things get tough. You have a goal. It's like having a North Star that you can look to for guidance. It gives you a sense of direction, and it helps you stay focused on what's important. Step 3, lack of focus creates confusion. If you don't have a goal, then you're easily distracted. And that's because when you don't have a clear destination in mind, it's easy to get sidetracked by all the shiny objects out there. There's always something new and exciting just around the corner, and it's easy to get pulled in a million different directions. And before you know it, you've wasted all your energy trying to do everything, but you've accomplished nothing. So set a goal. Having a clear focus will help you resist distractions and stay on track. It'll help you make better decisions, and it'll help you get more done. Step 4, goals build identity. Your identity is largely shaped by your goals and aspirations. After all, your goals are the things that you value and care about most. They represent the person you want to become. If you don't have a goal, then you're not really sure who you want to be. And if you're not sure who you want to be, then it's hard to figure out what you should do with your life. You're lost because you don't know who you're trying to find. But when you set a goal, you give yourself something to aspire to. It gives you a sense of who you want to be, and it motivates you to take action. In order to achieve your goal, you have to become the type of person who can achieve that goal. For example, if you want to be an athlete, you're gonna have to start acting like an athlete. You're gonna have to eat better, train harder, and push yourself further than you've ever pushed yourself before. But when you set that goal and commit to it, you're transforming yourself into the type of person who can achieve that goal. And that's a powerful thing. It's the key to unlocking your potential and achieving greatness. Step 5, motivation comes from clarity. When you don't have a goal, you're probably feeling pretty demotivated. That's because when you don't have a clear sense of direction, it's hard to muster up the energy and drive to do anything. You're just kind of stuck in this rut, but when you set a goal, you give yourself something to work towards. It gives you a sense of purpose, and it makes you excited about what you're doing. Suddenly you have a reason to get out of bed in the morning, and you're motivated to take action. You see, motivation doesn't come from vague desires or dreams. It comes from clarity. When you have a clear goal in mind, you're much more likely to be motivated to achieve it. So if you're feeling stuck or unmotivated, it might be time to set a goal. Take some time to figure out what you want and write it down. Having a goal will give you something to work towards, and deadlines make you much more likely to take action. Step S6. Small goals equals small results. When you don't have a goal, you're basically just setting yourself up for failure. You're not giving yourself anything to strive for. And that's not how you achieve great things. You have to aim high. You have to set big, bold goals that challenge you and push you beyond your comfort zone. You can't expect to achieve extraordinary results if you're only setting small, mediocre goals. And here's the thing, when you set a small goal, it's easy to achieve it. That feels good, it boosts your confidence, and it makes you feel accomplished. But that's not what you want. You want to set challenging goals that force you to grow and evolve. That's how you achieve greatness. When you set a big goal and then work tirelessly to achieve it, you transform in the process. You become a better, stronger version of yourself. So don't settle for small goals, dream big and set goals that challenge you. The biggest reward will be the person you become along the way. Step 7. Life responds to intentionality. If you're lost and don't have a goal, you're not lost in the universe, you're just lost in your mind. The universe doesn't care about you. It's not gonna help you, it's not gonna give you anything. But when you define what you want, when you set a goal, then the universe starts to respond. Opportunities start to align, and things start to work out in your favor. You see, the universe is full of abundance, there's more than enough for everyone. But you have to be intentional about what you want. You can't just sit around waiting for things to happen. You have to make things happen, and that starts with having a goal. So if you're feeling lost or like things aren't working out in your favor, it might be time to set a goal. Take some time to figure out what you want, and then go after it with everything you've got. The universe will respond. And step 8. You're not lost, you're just undecided. When you're lost and don't have a goal, it can be easy to feel like you're screwed. It can feel like there's no hope, like things will never work out in your favor, but that's just not true. You're not lost, you're just undecided. You haven't figured out what you want yet, and that's okay. It happens to all of us, but don't give up. Keep searching for your passion, keep trying new things, and don't be afraid to fail. Failure is just another excuse to learn and grow. And when you finally figure out what you want, when you set that goal and commit to it, things will start to change. You'll start to feel a sense of purpose and direction. You'll start to see opportunities that weren't there before. And you'll start to achieve the success you've always dreamed of. So don't give up on yourself, don't throw in the towel. You're not lost, you're just undecided. And once you figure out what you want, you're off to the races. So there you have it, 8 steps you're lost because you have no goal. If you relate to any of these points, it might be time to sit down and figure out what you want out of life. What are your goals? What are your aspirations? And if you don't know where to start, that's okay. Just take small steps. Start by setting a small goal and working towards it. And as you achieve each goal, set another one. Before long, you'll be on your way to achieving anything you want. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step, so don't wait, start today. And remember, you're not lost, you're just undecided. Once you figure out what you want, you're off to the races. Thanks for watching.